Midnight? Y'all quit wasting your lives, you wretched pack of alcoholic pricks.
Well, I'd gotten the 12 part right anyway. This putrid city was full of people who would tell you it was pathetic to be drunk in the middle of a weekday, but I knew better. The school of hard knocks had taught me that drinking yourself sober was pathetic no matter what time of day it was. So as near as I could figure, it all came out in the wash. I just hoped that in a couple of days I could say the same about whatever was all over and in my pants.
It's a pretty nice bus pass you got there, Sunshine. That have one of them rate cards on the back?
You bet.
How's about letting old Butchie here have a look? I was thinking about getting my mom one to celebrate her joining Confederation. No, I'm not looking for a child prostitute, you sick freak.
You really should cut back on your drinking, Mr. Patterson. I've been waiting here for 6 days to have this little dramatic moment. I'm very hungry.
The jig was up, and that left only one question. How did the Pope get keys to my office?
So we meet again, Pontiff.
What?
I knew this day would come. I'd held out hope that the Pope would forget all about our apocalyptic skirmish, but I knew better. The Pope wasn't in the forgiveness business.
How's about a light, JP?
I'm not the Pope, you brainless idiot. I'm Tommy Rubella.
I had to confess, finding Tommy Rubella in my office sure made a whole lot more sense than the Pope. But I had to be sure. I figured a little pop quiz was in order.
Name an apostle.
Huh?
You heard me, you corset-wearing lap dancer. Name an apostle.
I don't know, Margaret. Margaret the Apostle.
I made a mental note to only ask questions I knew the answers to in the future.
What gives, rubella?
A German virus. You know how many times I've heard that since I was a kid?
That's not what I meant, fruit cocktail. Obviously, you ain't got the same mastery over English speaking I has. So I'll dumb it down a shade for you. The hell do you want, prick?
I got a message for you, Patterson. And one for your lady friend.
Maybe you haven't noticed how handsome I am. I've got a lot of lady friends. So why don't we drop this little puppet show and get down to brass tacks?
You worked a case last week for my wife. The murder of a man named Harry Coltrane.
You're shooting blank so far, you heinous-looking monstrosity.
Harry Coltrane? My wife, Debbie Hitler? Come on, Harry Coltrane. The pickaxe through the head. It was just last week, for God's sake. How the hell do you make a living using your brain to figure things out?
Maybe I don't, tough guy. Think about that for a while.
Listen, moron. I don't have time to waste. Forget everything you know about the case. And stay away from my wife. And one more thing. That reporter friend of yours, the dame, tell her to keep her nose out of my business. Otherwise, it might get broken. Be ashamed to have to mess up such a pretty face.
Hey, pal. Until you've been arrested for public indecency at the petting zoo, don't talk to me about shame.
Tommy Rubella just made a crucial mistake. If you push Butch Patterson, old Butchie pushes back. I figured it was time Debbie Hitler took an all-expenses-paid vacation to the 5-star resort in my pants.
It's me, Butch. I'm horny. You in? Well, if I could do that to myself, I wouldn't be calling you. Yeah, don't sweat it, baby. I forgive you. Tonight would be swell. I know the place. Oh, and one more thing. Make sure you wear something you can get out of real fast. Why? Well, let's just say old Butch here's a premature ejaculator. Yeah, it's me again. I meant to think that last part.
I had a few hours to kill before my date, so I figured I'd go warn Blanche about the threat of rubella and have my back and ass waxed.
Did you have your ass waxed again?
You don't have to pull that hard.
What's the occasion?
Let's just say if it was Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Finals and my crotch was the arena, old Debbie's about to get box seats.
So like I said, I figured it was the Pope, because he's still after me to pay for his dry cleaning. Because last year I spilled my mint julep on his hat at the Kentucky Derby.
But it was Tommy, right?
Yeah, I had a little parlay with the hat check girl at the Vatican. She owes me a few favors. Pope's been there all week.
So what did Rebella want?
Trying to scare me off Debbie before I even get on her. Yeah, a little message for you.
What was that?
I don't know. I tend to tune out unless people are talking about me.
He doesn't scare me.
You must be getting pretty close for him to go to all the trouble of busting into my office.
Nothing I can pin on him. I know he ordered the hit on Harry, and I know he had the killer who did it eliminated to tie up all the loose ends.
Harry who?
Harry Coltrane, the guy who got the pickaxe in his head.
You say so, Jazz Pants, but I gotta tell you, that whole scenario plays out like a contrived and poorly written television cop show trying to pass itself off as a hip sitcom.
Sometimes the truth is stranger than fiction.
I bet it has better dialogue, too.
So you still planning on seeing Debbie?
As much of her as she'll let me on the first date. That reminds me, I gotta buy some gin. Can you lend me some money? I spent my last 50 on hot dogs.
So what are your plans for this hot date?
Tonight's the night Debbie learns not all men are the same. Tonight she learns that some of us are content with TV dinners, a big bottle of booze, and trying to get her to have sex.
You're a real romantic, Butch.
Yeah, if I had a nickel for every time I heard that, I'd be able to fill up the end of a tube sock with loose change and beat a beaver to death. I'll see you later, Blanche.
Look at me, I'm Karl Marx. Uh-oh. Debbie was gonna be here in about an hour, and I was as nervous as a schoolboy. I needed a few drinks to take the edge off before I put the clean sweep of my digs and started dinner.
It's a hot dame like you doing in a dump like this.
You said this is where you live.
It's not the kind of thing a man would lie about. Do you want to come in?
Do you always answer the door wearing only a towel?
That depends if I've lost my pants.
Does that happen often?
Enough to get a stern letter from my parole officer, if that's what you mean.
You're naked.
Happy Valentine's Day, baby. I'm just gonna get my clothes, go out in the hallway, make myself all pretty and not naked. The gin's on the table. Why don't you get started? Dinner's gonna be 7 minutes. And another 3 to cool. Why don't you have a seat and we'll talk?
What would you like to talk about?
Me?
I'm not very familiar with that subject.
She was a coy little minx, but I had a feeling that by the end of the night she'd be given the valediction speech at her graduation from the University of Butch, with a major in physical education, if you get my drift, and a minor in botany.
So that's why I can't listen to Handel's Messiah without putting on a cowboy hat and pissing my pants. But enough about my chronic incontinence. What's your story?
What's the real reason you called me here, Butch?
Maybe I'm a sucker for a lost lamb.
Is that what happened at the petting zoo?
First of all, it was a llama. And second of all, don't ever bring that up again.
What are we doing, Butch? Us? You and me. Butch and Debbie. The two of us, together, you and I. The burritos, the gin, all of it. It's crazy. I better go.
Don't fight it, baby. It's bigger than a whale's esophagus.
We can't.
I already did.
Sorry, Cat.
If I didn't know better, I'd say you were trying to get me drunk.
Is that a problem?
According to Alcoholics Anonymous, my mother and parole officer, it is. But they don't know jack from booze, so screw them.
Who cares what society thinks, Butch? This is about us. Not all women are the same, looking for the perfect partner in the white picket fence. Some of us happen to like a man who's not afraid to drink every day. And as far as this girl's concerned, I don't find anything more appealing than a man who's feeling good by mid-afternoon and blackout drunk before bedtime.
Then welcome to Dreamsville, baby.
Oh, yes! Yes! Yes!
What a night. She was a piece of work, that Debbie Hitler. If Picasso had painted her, she would have had a weird-looking square head and eyes all over the place, so I was damn glad he hadn't. I'd promised myself never to fall in love again because of all the restraining orders, but Cupid plays by his own rules. I didn't remember anything past the kiss we shared in front of the window, but that one kiss was the best sex I ever had. Sometimes it pays to be a premature ejaculator. Not often, I'll give you that, but sometimes.
I was beginning to wonder if you'd overslept. Been waiting here for 7 hours.
What the hell do you want, Rubella?
I don't abide the intrusion of strangers into my affairs. Your detective friend didn't listen, and soon enough you'll discover what I do to those who don't heed my advice. Now, unless you want to join him, I would suggest you concentrate your reporting skills on events more befitting of a lady.
You don't scare me, Tommy. You're a thug, and not a very good one at that. Now, I've got to get to work.
Don't be stupid, Blanche.
Well, as my old friend Butch is fond of saying, if stupidity was brains, I'd be the dumbest person in the world. Now get out of my car!
Where's the damn lever? Quit following me, cat.
What? Oh, hey, Blanche, how's it going?
Tommy suspects something between you and Debbie, and you saw what happened to her last romantic interest. Are you listening, Butch?
No, I'm not. Listen, did I call you last night and ask you to come over to my place?
No, why? What do you mean, a little fantasy of yours?
Yeah, don't worry about it. Besides, I'm sure even talking about it will violate my parole.
You can't just bring something up like that, then refuse to tell me. Come on, I'm sure it's nothing I haven't heard before.
Yeah, okay. You remember that time you told me you were double jointed? Well, that got me to thinking. Hello? Hello? Yeah, I didn't even tell you about the saddle and stirrups. Oh, sorry. Forget it. I thought you were someone else.
I couldn't sleep last night. Yes, the burritos did give me gas, but that's not what I meant. I was thinking about you, Butch. About us. What you said about the whale's esophagus. Can I see you again? Tonight. Around midnight. Tommy always goes to bed right after the news. I'll sneak out. Someplace private.
You know that park where the Belgian diplomat was arrested for running the puppy mill? Yeah, that is a lot of wiener dogs. Great, I'll meet you down there tonight. We'll have a little late-night picnic. I'll bring the blanket. You bring the food, booze, cutlery, and plates. Thanks.
I think I'll have to make a place on the mantle for your Oscar.
Do you really think I'm that good of an actress?
No, I don't.
Then why did you say it?
It's just an expression.
Well, I've got an expression for you.
If I could do that to myself, I'd put up a tent and sell tickets. How the hell did you get in here, cat?
What do you want, Patterson?
$60. I got another date.
You've got a lot of nerve showing your face after what you said to me on the phone.
Can I help it if I got special man needs?
What you have is the profile of a man desperately in need of psychiatric care and a 12-step program for the sexually dysfunctional.
Dysfunctional? Debbie didn't tell you I was a premature ejaculator, did she?
I haven't been talking to Debbie.
Good, because I'm not. If you got 4 minutes, I'm willing to prove it.
Save it for your date.
Does that mean you're gonna pony up the dough?
This is the last time, Butch.
I could see myself falling for this dame quicker than a fat man breaks into a sweat in a sauna.
What are you thinking about, Butch?
Fat, naked men. Sweaty ones.
Would you like to be alone?
Just because a grown man's on a romantic picnic with a beautiful woman doesn't mean he can't be thinking about other grown men all naked and sweaty.
Do you really think I'm beautiful?
Are you kidding? I've paid to have sex with women less attractive than you.
Most men wouldn't admit to something like that.
I think you'll find I do a lot of things most men won't admit to. So what's the real reason you called this little rendezvous?
I don't know what you mean.
Hey, are you double jointed?
You haven't seen the last of me, Patterson?
Next on Butch Patterson.
You've got a unique way of talking.
What's that supposed to mean?
Stupid. And confusing. Like you don't understand a lot of the words you use.
What's that supposed to mean?
The usual things. Money, country club gossip, making fun of the homeless people.
I'm gonna reenact the scene of the crime.
You're walking a fine line, Tommy. Patterson's as stupid as a fence post, but that Blanche du Maurier, we have to be careful with her.
Relax. Police ruled it a suicide. Without a crime, there can't be any criminals.
What would it take for me to persuade you to drop this case and give me a second chance?
$9 and a hand job.
Police ruled it a suicide.
A conclusion. I'm sure you paid handsomely for. But you can't buy everything.
Oh, but I could buy you.